Hey guys, I'm Nisa Homey and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing an easy and healthy falafel recipe. Falafel is traditionally a Middle Eastern food and is made with chickpeas, which is also known as chana in Hindi. It's a great source of protein for vegetarians. It can be used as a filling in sandwiches, rotis, or even as a topping for salads. And thus, you can make it into a healthy, protein rich, and nutrient dense meal. Falafel can be pan roasted in very minimal oil or lightly fried in oil. Either way, it tastes great and becomes a healthy protein rich meal or snack. Traditionally, falafel is usually made with refined flour to help bind the mixture, but I am using chickpea flour, also known as besan flour, to bind the mixture, and this recipe is completely gluten free and vegan. So here's my version of a healthy falafel recipe. Now, to make falafel, you need to use uncooked and soaked chickpeas. Soaking overnight or at least 8 hours is ideal. Once the chana is soaked well, wash and rinse it a couple of times and then keep it on a strainer for about 10 minutes or until the other ingredients are ready. Now, into my food processor, I'm adding in the soaked chickpeas, pink Himalayan salt as needed, and I'm pulsing it a couple of times. Now open the lid and you can see that the chickpeas are coarsely ground. The other ingredients are 4 green chilies, 5 shallots and 7 garlic cloves. Now you can use half an onion instead of shallots. I prefer to use the shallots for that extra iron and folate. And the green chilies you can increase or decrease to suit your taste. And add them all into the food processor. I'm just breaking the green chilies into half for easy blending. Squeeze in half a lemon, add in 2 handful of roughly chopped coriander leaves, 1 teaspoon roasted jeera powder, also known as cumin powder, half teaspoon turmeric powder for some antioxidants, half teaspoon black peppercorns. The black pepper helps in the assimilation of turmeric faster into your body. So whenever you use turmeric, make sure you add in a little bit of black pepper powder. Now blend all this for about 20 to 30 seconds and then open the lid and with a spoon just scrape down the sides, and you can see that the chickpeas are not fully ground, just coarsely ground. At this stage I am adding in 1/4 cup besan flour, also known as chickpea flour, and another teaspoon of roasted jeera powder, 3/4 teaspoon of kashmiri chilli powder, and cover and blend again for another 20 seconds. Again open and scrape the sides with a spoon and again blend it for another 20 to 30 seconds. And this is the consistency what I'm looking for. The chickpeas are neither ground to a fine paste nor very coarse. This texture is highly important to get crispy and crunchy falafels. Now I'm just checking whether I need to add in little extra besan flour, and I feel some moisture is there in the mix. So I'm adding in about 2 tablespoons extra chickpea flour and I'm blending it again for another 10 to 15 seconds. Open the lid and take a small portion and roll it into a small dough. If it is holding the shape and when you press into a round shape, it should not break. So that is the consistency which you should be looking at. Transfer the falafel mix into a bowl and mix it a couple of times with your hands and press down and keep it like this covered for another 10 minutes. Now first I'm showing you how to pan roast with very less oil so that you can include the falafel in your weight loss meals. Take some falafel mix, about 1 to 1.5 tablespoons, and just roll it into a round shape. Place it in your palm and press down to make it into a round shaped patty. Heat a cast iron pan with 1 tablespoon coconut oil. Once the oil is heated, swirl the pan so that the pan is nicely coated with the oil and reduce the flame to the lowest. Place the falafel onto it, and each time you roll the falafel, make sure you flatten it slightly so that it gets a flat surface for even roasting. At a time, it's ideal to roast 5 falafels in this pan. So it actually depends upon how big your pan is, and note that you should not overcrowd the falafels as it may break when you turn it over. So after about 3 to 5 minutes or so, turn each falafel carefully. Since my cast iron is well seasoned, it does not stick to the pan. Also note that cast iron pans retains more heat. So keep an eye on the falafel as it will get roasted pretty fast. Meanwhile, I am transferring the rest of the falafel mix into an airtight glass container and it will stay good for about 3 to 4 days. So if you're a working woman, then you can make ahead this maybe on a Sunday and store in fridge, and healthy chickpea falafels can be made easily for the next couple of days. Meal planning always makes things much easier. Now carefully turn the falafel and allow it to roast on the other side for a few more minutes. Once both sides are roasted well, you can transfer the falafel to a plate. Each pan roasted falafel contains roughly around 40 to 50 calories. You can see that the falafels are nicely roasted and the insides are cooked well. Falafels make a great evening snack, or you can use it as a healthy filling for sandwich. It's a filling meal to carry to work, and you can even top it with some vegan oil-free mayonnaise. The recipe is already on my channel, or you can use green chutney and top with tomato slices, onion slices, cucumber and lettuce to make it a filling meal for breakfast, lunch or dinner. You can also use it as a filling for roti. I will share this recipe in another video. I have used a healthy dressing in this roti sandwich, which I will be sharing in the next video. Now, if you're planning to fry the falafels into small bite-sized balls, which is an excellent snack option for kids, I prefer to use a small cast iron kadai for frying, and also prefer to use less oil as possible, as I don't prefer to reheat the oil over and over. So less oil in small kadai is what I prefer. I'm using unrefined, locally sourced organic coconut oil. Now once the oil is heated, add in the falafel balls and be very careful not to overcrowd the kadai. I prefer to add 4 falafels at a time. It really depends on the size of the pan you're using. And after about 2 to 3 minutes, you can turn the falafel over and fry until both sides are golden on medium flame. Once done, remove it from the oil. Now I prefer to fry some more falafel and use up the oil so that I don't have any leftover oil, as I prefer not to reheat the oil. As you can see, the falafel is crispy and perfectly cooked. Serve it with some lettuce leaves and kids are going to enjoy this as a filling and protein rich snack. It's crunchy on the outside and perfectly cooked. So guys, do try this healthy falafel recipe and let me know how this turned out. Don't forget to like, comment and share this video with family and friends. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care. Bye-bye.